really have low stomach acids. And as someone ages, they get older, they will lose their stomach acids and the taste for red meat goes down. They can't really tolerate it. And there's this very simple solution. Just add some betaine hydrochloride to the meal. I'll put a link down below. You just take 3 to 5 before a meal. Okay, you don't have to take it forever. Just take it for a month. And what will happen is it'll start to increase the acidity in your stomach. You'll start to digest the red meat much better and break it down and start feeling better. But when people get older, they just have a more difficult time because they don't have the stomach acid. And they're also going to have, as a parallel thing, gas, more indigestion, definitely acid reflux, GERD. Those are all signs of low stomach acid. So instead of avoiding eating it, just fix the stomach's ability to digest it. And the one last point, there is a certain genetic condition where someone has a hard time getting rid of iron. They tend to accumulate iron. And so if that is you, then maybe red meat is not the answer. You would want to do maybe poultry or maybe eggs, different protein sources that have lower amounts of iron. But for everyone else, I highly recommend red meat. Even if you're going through a menstrual cycle and you're losing blood, boy, red meat is going to be the best way to fix it because you're probably slightly anemic, and red meat has the best iron and B12 in the best forms.
In my experience, people adjust to eating meat when they start a keto diet, even if at first they're unable to tolerate it or haven't had it for a while. Same with eggs. Some people can't eat eggs and then they realize over time, after not eating carbs for a while, their body actually changes. I think the stomach acidity changes. We did a study some years ago with people with heartburn, refractory heartburn, and the heartburn went away in everyone in just 5 days. And that's a pretty recurring thing. The heartburn goes away almost as reliable as the weight going down, the fat weight going down. I think he's making a reference to hemochromatosis, which is iron overload. And it's a relatively uncommon condition that you wouldn't want to have a lot of red meat that contains iron because your body has difficulty getting rid of the iron. And so that's what he was talking about, hemochromatosis. So I'm not convinced by what Dr. Berg showed us that the red meat is better than eggs for healing. I mean, the content is different, but it would depend how much of it you're eating and what context. But the point here, I think, for the video was to reiterate that red meat is actually good for you and to kind of get rid of the internet chatter about red meat being so bad for you. And so in that regard, this is a great video that shows all the things that red meat has. To bring it up to speed, there is an acquired allergy to red meat or mammalian protein called alpha-gal that is not common at all, but it happens. And I've seen it in my practice. And if you're having an unknown reaction, you don't know why, you're getting hives or even ending up in the emergency room, then with an allergic response, you might consider that it is a red meat allergy or some other type of allergy. But in general, Dr. Berg does great videos on the detail, the nuance. To me, this is just another great reason to eat red meat and eggs, and that not necessarily one is better than the other.